Well, all right. It is Tuesday, April 23. It's about 11 a.m. on the Pacific Standard Time, and here to do my wrap-up show. I am really all talked out. I maybe did the most talking during a live stream I've ever done today. I had a new visitor today, and it was really great. She was just really interactive. So shout out to Amma, I believe her name was. If I hopefully remembering that right. But yeah, just really was happy to have someone interacting with me. Had different people come and go along the way. And every time someone comes in and just has conversations with me during the stream, it just makes a lot of things a lot more interesting. And it gives me kind of subjects to talk about. And, things are just getting interesting around here in this YouTube space in general. A whole lot of kind of hot topic of the opening trade. It's just kind of like blowing up. It's everywhere. All kinds of YouTubers are talking about it. There's YouTubers out there that are trying to, make their channel famous, I guess, for using the trade. Others are streaming it. There's who I'll call the OG, as far as I'm concerned, Alpine trader who has been killing it, and is the reason why I started taking the trade. But he's trying to keep it somewhat on the DL, trying to not blow it up too big. But for me, the opening trade is just a hot topic item, and so if you check out my live stream, there was a lot of conversation about today. I have a lot of opinions and just a lot of thoughts about the whole thing. It all started off with one guy who created a bot, put a video up, put Alpine's name in the title, and started getting views, and Alpine caught wind and asked to not have his name in the title. And then if you know Nutty Bar Trading, well, the same guy had some comments about what Nutty Bar was doing or not doing. Was he doing the opening trade? Was he hiding it? What's going on there? So that became some drama. And then all of a sudden this new girl shows up on the scene with this new channel, and someone's posting her video on Alpine's Discord, and that becomes a whole thing, right? Everybody's talking about that. And, the girl doesn't even know what Alpine's doing, and she claims to be able to teach the trade. I don't know how anyone can make any sense of that. She puts Alpine's name in the title again. She learns from the other guy, I guess, right? Like, he got some attention. Oh, I'll do that too. And so she puts Alpine's name in the title, and next thing you know, she's got thousands of views. And she's funny because she hasn't shown any payouts. She hasn't shown that she can pass any evaluations on any, to get any funded accounts. The times that she shows the opening trade, she does it on sim, I don't get it. Like, what's her channel about? She's claiming to be able to teach something, and she has no ability to show that she's had any success with it. I don't know how someone thinks they can teach something to somebody if they don't have any proven success with it themselves. So I haven't seen anything that says she's passed an evaluation using the opening trade. I haven't seen any payouts that she's shown that she used the opening trade for. I haven't seen her take the trade on any real account other than the sim account. So I don't really know what she's doing. All she's doing is targeting newbies, targeting people that are starting to trade futures and selling them the dream of this opening trade. And she knows the secret sauce now. She figured it out. Watch her channel. And like, that's supposed to be a trustworthy thing. What is that? She's saying that, she doesn't have any affiliates and she's not selling anything. Therefore, what she's doing is okay. You're selling people a dream that you know how to do the trade that's making this guy all this money. You've cracked the code and you've got the secret sauce, and watch you, and you want to grow your channel, right? But I'm sorry, how many payouts do you have? Am I going to trust the girl that's a brand new channel that hasn't shown her actually having success with something and think that she can teach it? Or is she just taking advantage of newbies and trying to grow her channel and having clickbait, right? That's the subject. There's another guy that used to be friends with Alpine. Apparently he's streaming the opening trade. Like, from what I gather, based on what Alpine says that he taught the guy at the opening trade. He wasn't doing very well, this guy, and Alpine was trying to help him out. And he showed him the opening trade because it was working for Alpine. And next thing you know, the guy's having some success with it. And now the only thing the guy does on his live stream is show that one trade, and he doesn't do anything else. And he says it blatantly that he's not successful at any other trade. The only trade he's successful with is the trade he learned from Alpine. So I just find that kind of funny that that's what he's doing. And I can understand if Alpine is frustrated with that guy, or they used to be friends and they're not friends anymore. I mean, look, if I had an edge and the guy, my friend, was losing money and not being able to have any success, and I was like, hey, I'm doing this thing. I don't really want you to put it out there, but I'll show it to you so that you can make some money. And you have an agreement like, hey, just please don't put this on live stream, don't put it out there, but like, I want you to make some money. I'm being a good friend to you. And then the next thing, the guy is live streaming it and showing everyone and trying to blow it up, then I'd feel some sort of way about that too. So I understand Alpine's take on that. And quite frankly, I understand Alpine's being hesitant to like show what he's doing on live stream and show his orders and show his positions in the trade, because he's got a huge viewership now. And if I kind of step inside of Alpine's shoes and imagine what's going on with him, I just think, honestly, I think he came up with the strategy. I've seen him trading the opening trade since last summer, at least. I've been following him for a long time. And I know he's been working on the opening trade since like last June or July, maybe even before that. But that's when I kind of first caught wind. And there was a lot of times when he first got his payout, he got a $2,000 payout here, and then he's blowing up a bunch of accounts. Then he got another payout, and he's blowing up a bunch of accounts. Then he got like a couple accounts get a payout, and he's blowing up a bunch of accounts. And then as he moved through the months towards the end of 2023, he started getting closer and closer, more consistent and more consistent. His payouts started to grow. And then, by the end of last year and the beginning of January, boom, huge payout, right? And then he's been consistent ever since. I don't think he was ever imagining that he would get so big, both his bank account and his channel. I really don't. I'm not going to go on and on, but I really believe that he didn't really imagine that what is happening right now with his channel and with his version of the opening trade, I don't think he imagined that it would ever be what it is today, right? And so he would talk about it, he'd put it out there, he'd kind of keep it on the DL, but he'd tell people because it was working, and that's how he was making a lot of money. And so he'd kind of like review it and talk about it and talk about it conceptually. And I don't think, I think when I joined his channel, he had like 4,000 subscribers, maybe a little bit more. I don't think he thought from like last summer to when he had around that many subscribers, maybe a little bit more, I forget exactly, to now where he's got 17,000 subscribers. I don't think he thought he would have 17 subscribers by April of 2024. That's one thing. I also don't think he would have thought that he would have had 200,000 in payouts from Apex in April for the year already, when his goal for the entire year was 150,000. So, he's kind of in this conundrum now, honestly, because he talked about the trade, his channel blew up, his profits blew up, and it's all been kind of out there, and he's been trying to kind of keep it quiet because it's true. If everyone was taking the same exact entry, and you have, let's say he's got 900 viewers live right now, right? Even though he's got 17,000 subscribers. Let's say all 900 were taking the trade, and they're taking the precise exact entries him because he was live streaming it and showing his orders. Then you might have 900 people just copying his exact trades or his exact entries. And all 900 people have the potential to trade 200 accounts each. And Amma brought this up in my live stream, which I wasn't even thinking about. I was just thinking about 900 people. But imagine 900 people, all with 20 accounts, all with the same precise order locations, and they all win or lose together, right? Can you imagine that would get on Apex's radar? I can see that. And so I understand Alpine's hesitancy. I really do. Because if that were to become the case, that I think would definitely give Apex a reason to be concerned, right? Maybe consider changing rules. But if Alpine continues doing what he's doing now, the last couple of days he's been live streaming, and you don't see where his orders are, but you can see and experience him being in the trade live, right? Like yesterday, the trade went against him and he lost some accounts, and you were able to experience that in real time, even though you didn't know exactly where he got into the trade, right? And I think he added some contracts in the trade to try to work out of it, and you can't see exactly where that is, but at least you can experience it as one of his subscribers and viewers and get the sense of the trade. I think that's actually pretty cool. And if he continues to do that, I don't think there's any problem. That's my personal opinion. I don't think Apex would have a reason to like make new rules for that trade, and or to like try to not let people do it. And I think the viewership would have what they want, right? I think they get to experience the trade. And look, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what he's doing. It doesn't take a genius to figure out the trade. If I can figure out, anyone can figure out. Look at me. I'm 10-0 with the opening trade. Okay, I've taken it 10 days in a row now. I've won every time. And not every time do I take the trade exactly like Alpine. In fact, today, Alpine won the trade going short. I won the trade going long, you know, so it's a totally different trade. So I really think, you know, I don't expect Alpine would ever see this. But if he were, or hear about it or whatever, just my opinion, I think that if he were to be live, not show his exact orders, let people experience the trade, see his P&L moving, and handle it that way, and talk about the opening trade just as much as he ever talks about it, I don't think there's going to be a problem, because today's a good example. I took the trade. Let me switch over to the chart with the trade, and we can talk about it real quick. And then I'll talk about the rest of what I have to say and wrap this up as quick as possible here. I don't want this to be an hour-long video, but I do want to talk about this. All right, so here we go. This is my 1 minute chart. This is the chart that I traded off of for the open. And as you can see, I took a long. Okay, this was the only trade I took today. I'm still trading my regular BS system, just for a variety of reasons. I didn't get another trade today. That happened yesterday as well. Yesterday was because I had to take my daughter to school and get her ready for school, and I missed an hour and a half of trading. Today, I got caught up in discussion of the opening trade and other things, and I was a little distracted, but also just didn't see many good entries. And quite frankly, on these kinds of days where, you know, the market's just grinding up all day, not typically the best day for my strategy. But I just wanted to make this point, because here's my trade today, and I don't feel like I'm doing anything out of turn, by the way, by showing this. Alpine has reviewed his opening trade a number of times after the fact, showed his positions, his entries. He just doesn't show it live. And so I'm just trying to respect what Alpine has done. I'm not showing it on my live stream. I won't show it on my live stream unless he shows it on his live stream. If he makes it a regular thing that he's live streaming but just not showing his orders and the entries in real time, then I won't do that too. I'll just do the same thing. I'll live stream and I won't let anyone know where I'm getting into the trade. Okay. So that's number one. I'm not here to create more drama. I'm actually trying to be very respectful of Alpine, and I'm appreciative of what he's shared with the community. I've learned from it. I put together what he was doing. I literally, when I decided to try this, I spent like time, you know, an hour, 2 hours on playback doing back testing, and I traded like 25 or 30 days in a row, and just to see if I knew how to do it and if it was working for me. And to my surprise, I only lost one time out of all those trades. Then I did another day of playback, and again, it was working for me. I only lost one more time out of like 75 trades or something. I lost twice, you know? So I started trading it on my Apex accounts, and I haven't lost yet. So, but the thing I want to talk about, and the thing, you know, I really hope he stops talking about the opening trade and the word banned in the same sentence. There's no reason to ban it. And this is the reason why. Today, Alpine was short. Alpine got in short and he won his trade right away, right here on this red candle. Well, unfortunately for me, I got top ticked into a long by one tick. If I was one tick higher, I wouldn't have been in a long trade. But I got top ticked into a long, and I had to sit through this whole drawdown, right, Now, on my accounts, I traded to 2 contracts on my evaluations, and on my 125K PA that I copied to, I traded with 1 contract. At the lows here, I was in about $1,000 of drawdown on 2 contracts. On my 25K account that has 1 contract, I was in drawdown for about $500. So let me just make this point. For anyone that is trading more contracts, if you were trading 5 or 6 contracts and you got in long like I did, you blew up your accounts. Okay, that was enough to blow up your accounts on 5 or 6 contracts. Very likely blew up your accounts. Or any more contracts than that, you likely blew up your accounts. If you traded 2 or 3 contracts or 1 contract, maybe even 4 contracts, maybe 5 contracts, you may have survived, right? So right away, there's a number of people that probably trade bigger and they blew up their accounts because they got trapped in long, top ticked like me, and they suffered a drawdown, and a whole lot of people blew up their accounts today. They're trading the Alpine orb trade, right? But they blew up their accounts today. Alpine didn't blow up his account. Alpine was short. He entered here and he filled his accounts filled on this bar, and he was in and out of the trade real fast. Perfect trade for him, and he had a winning trade. For other people that went short also, that they get top ticked in on the top side, their order probably wasn't exactly the same as his order, but they probably won too. Now, for people that went wider, they might have lost this trade, right? If they went wider down here, there might not have been enough ticks for them. And the other thing is, some people go for more ticks. Alpine goes for 22. This other guy that's streaming goes for 15. Some people go for 40. Some people go for 50. Like, some people have runners, some people don't. Like, everyone is doing a different thing. So people, even though Alpine won short, doesn't mean everyone won short. People could have got triggered into the short and still lost, right? They might have went for more ticks. Maybe they're going for 40 ticks, right? And then this thing went against them, and look, it didn't go back the whole day. It didn't go back there. So they blew their accounts. So if you're trading the Alpine trade, whether you know what he's doing or not, as long as you're not seeing his open orders before they get triggered, then everybody's doing a slightly different thing, and the outcome can be different. And a number of people can win, and a number of people can lose. And so I think that's the reason why there's no reason to put out there that Apex could, would, or should have a problem with this trade. For as many people as are passing accounts, getting payouts, there's as many people blowing up accounts, and just don't show the orders. That's what I think. That's my opinion. There's another guy that's showing the orders. I don't know what his intentions are. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know why, if he was friends with Alpine and he agreed to something, I don't know why he would go against that. That's between them. I'm staying out of it. That's their drama. I'm not trying to create more. I just know, as a friend, if someone shared something like that with me and they were my friend and they asked me not to do that, then I wouldn't do it. Look, I'm not even personal friends with Alpine, and I'm not showing my live stream of the trade. And that's just, nobody has honor and integrity anymore. And I'm not trying to say that this person doesn't, but there are people that don't. And like this girl who has no track record of being a profitable trader with the trade, and is putting it out there like she can teach it and show people, and doing clickbait for newbies. And like, she's doing them a favor. Like, you're not doing them a favor later. You're just going to get them to blow up their accounts. She suggests using a stop. Well, guess what? If I used a stop, I would have had a loss today. I don't use a stop, right? I had a win today. So she's going to suggest people using the stop. She's changing the strategy. That's not the Alpine strategy. And she's portraying it like the Alpine strategy. And you're going to cause a lot of people to get a lot of losses, because they're going to get unnecessary losses on trades that would have ended up working anyway. So there's always a flip side to the coin. And just best beware who you're getting the information from. And, Alpine is the source. As far as I'm concerned, Alpine is the source. I know there's a lot of other people out there that have been trading the opening trade for a long time. There's all different kinds of ways to do it. There's different charts to look at. Some people do it on the 5 minutes. Some people do it on 1 minute. Some people do it on 2 minutes. Some people do it on tick charts. There's 1,000 ways to trade. Everybody, like, people know this. There's 1,000 unlimited ways to trade. There's more than 1,000. Like, it's unlimited, the amount of ways people trade and the variables that go into all of this. So this is the example. I got top ticked. Literally the top tick of this bar is my entry point. I mean, look at this. Look at this. My entry was 17,440. The high of this bar, not that bar, the high of this bar was 17,440. Literally the last tick of the bar on top is how I got entered into the trade. Okay. And I suffered the drawdown. I actually added a contract when it went against me. And I just want to explain this. For me, I was concerned about the previous day high of day. I wanted to make sure that if it went long, that I had enough room before that, so that if it retested that and got rejected, that I was in and out of the trade before that would happen. So you can see where I got out. It was before that. So that was actually my order entry was a little higher originally, and I moved it down a little bit just to make sure I would be out of the trade if it triggered. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. When it went against me right away, I was like, oh man, this might be my first loss on this trade. I might be 9-1, which would be 90%, by the way, not bad, but it went against me. And so when I was in this trade, I saw some support over here. I didn't draw the line in real time, but I drew the line during my live stream when I was talking about this and reviewing it in my live stream. And I just felt like, okay, if it's going to bounce, this is an obvious place where it's going to bounce. And so when I saw this bar close, I saw it hit that level and it started bouncing. I got in. I added an extra contract. I was able, I got in for 22.75. It was my entry, and let's see, got out 26.75. So I scalped for 4 points, right? I got 4 points, and then it worked right away after that on this one bar, and I got my full profit target. And I made a little bit extra. Usually I make $212 on 2 contracts. I made $288. So I made a little bit extra for my troubles today. But I just want to point out again, like, just because, let's see, just because somebody is sharing the trade, just because Alpine shares the trade, if he's not sharing his exact entries and people aren't copying his exact entries because it's in front of or in time for people to see it on the stream and put their orders in before it triggers, then there's not going to be a problem. There is not going to be a reason for Apex to have any issue with this trade, because I guarantee you, for as many people like me that got top ticked here and ended up winning the trade, there's just as many people that got top ticked and ended up blowing up their accounts today or taking a loss. Listening to that lady and putting a stop loss in and taking a loss before it went on to work. So, I'm just saying, like, think about it. There's no reason for this to be such a big thing. It's not going to cause Apex to change the rules. If this lady were to live stream her trades, do people really care where she puts her orders? I wouldn't trust where she puts her orders and copy her. That's for one. This other guy that's live streaming, where he puts his orders, I think he said he made 8,000 in payouts based on the live open trade. Do I want to copy that guy who's only made $8,000 in payouts on his version of the live open trade? Or do I want to copy Alpine, who's made $200,000 in 4 months, less than 4 months? I'm sorry, but me and the other 17,000 subscribers would probably like to copy exactly what Alpine is doing every single day of the week. So I think if Alpine, this would just be my thing. If I were friends with him, I would just say, hey, my opinion, my 2 cents, my advice, do the live streams. People are interested. They want to experience the trade with you. They want to see you win or lose in real time. But you don't have to put the exact orders out there into the world, which might potentially cause Apex to take a look and maybe decide they need to do something. Because if your order is out in time, Alpine, and everyone can have the same exact entries, then you might go from 900 viewers, who maybe the majority of them are all taking the same trade at the exact same entries and winning or losing with you, with 20 accounts at a time. You might go from that to having 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 to all 17,000 doing that. And then Apex really would have a reason to change the rules. But if you're not putting your order out there and you're not having 1,000 or more people putting the same exact order, then I'm telling you what, just as many people that are going to win with you, there's going to be that same amount of people that lose with you or lose even though you won. And the same way as me today. Today I still won, even though Alpine took a short. I was in the long and I still won. And even though I was long and won, there's people, I guarantee it, I know, I've seen it in the Discord already. There's people, same situation, they blew up their accounts today. And vice versa, people could have taken shorts and could have had bigger targets or gotten in lower and not got as much of a move to the downside, and they blew up their accounts today too. Even though Alpine won short, they lost short. So it's a really simple thing. That's, wow, 25 minutes. I'm not going to talk any further about it, but that's the deal. I've traded it 10 times now on my Apex accounts. It's not the purpose of my YouTube. I'm not showing this because I'm trying to get viewers. I'm not showing this to try to make my channel about the opening trade. I'm not trying to teach this. I'm not trying to do anything other than get my first payout ever with Apex and show my journey to trying to get my first ever payout ever. And so that's what this is about for me. It's literally what it says up here. Documenting my trading journey on apextraderfunding.com and showing all my accounts, win or loss, all my P&Ls. I'm showing my stats. Every single trade in these stats has been taken on my Apex accounts this year in 2024. So as you can see, for the year, I am 196 wins and 45 losses for 81%. I'm 2-0 for the week, 1-0 today. Unfortunately, both trades this week, fortunately or unfortunately, were both only the opening trade. I didn't get any other trades on my standard system, but I'm still trading it. I'm not doing anything differently there. And I'm 10-0 on the trade. I like the trade. The trade works. Like in my experience, the trade is a 98% plus % win rate. That's my own personal experience with the trade. Now that I've done over 100 trades, probably 110 trades or so between these 10 trades here I've shown on Apex, as well as back testing on playback. I believe out of the 110 trades, I have 4 total losses. So it's something like 98%. I forget the exact math, 97.5%, something like that. Anyway, having said all of that, again, I'm not trying to teach the trade. I'm not trying to cause drama. Taking Alpine's lead, I'm not going to stream it unless he streams it. I'm certainly thinking that maybe it's okay to stream it and just not show the entries like he's done today and yesterday. I'm going to check out his stream later on and see what he had to say for the rest of the day. And I'm just going to let him take the lead, and then I'm going to do whatever makes sense and whatever seems honorable. Again, I saw him doing it. I've been following him a long time. I used my own ingenuity to figure out what he's doing. I wasn't in his chat asking him to tell me how to do it. I wasn't in his Discord asking him to tell me how to do it. I wasn't in his DMs asking him to tell me how to do it. I just watched what he did. I paid attention and I put it together, and it's working for me. And I'm clearly not doing it exactly how he's doing it, because I wouldn't have been in a long today when he wasn't in a short. And in these 10 wins on Apex, it's not the first time that that's happened. So you can win the trade and not be doing it exactly like him and still win the trade, and vice versa. So take the trade at your own risk. All right. I think I've covered that. I think I've said it all there. Going back to, well, real quick here. So having said all that, my one trade today was the opening trade. I was in long, top ticked, and it went against me. I added a contract. I scalped for 4 points on that extra contract, and I got out at my original target, 22 ticks from the original entry, and did that on 4 accounts. Evaluation 29, made $288. Do it on the Rhythmic Trader. Evaluation 34, $288, 2 contracts. Evaluation 36, $288, 2 contracts. PA6, 1 contract, $106. I made a mistake on my copier, and so I didn't actually get the added contract on that account, only that account, unfortunately, my own mistake. And so let's see here. On the account, this account 36, I've only taken the opening trade on that account, no other trades, no other kinds of trades. And you can see I've made $2,266 in 10 days. less than $800 away from passing it. This account, I've taken other trades than just the open on this account, but I've been taking it on this account as well. Now $600 away from passing. And these two accounts as well, I've taken not only with the opening trade, taken it with other trades too. And both of these are getting really close to passing. Where are we at? Less than 700 here and about 700 here. So pretty close. And PA6, about 800 away from qualifying for a payout there. I will take the max payout when it qualifies. If it qualifies, I've not gotten any payouts yet. I'm into Apex for, I don't know, $2,200, $2,300, something around that realm right now, with everything added up and considered. And so I need more than one 1,500 max payout on the 25K to be profitable or break even. But I'm hoping maybe that one will come, and then maybe I could get one on a 50K shortly after. And between two payouts, I will be in the green for my Apex expenses. So that covers that. And then the only other thing I want to cover today, real quickly, I did attempt to take another trade today. As you can see here, I know it's small for some people on their screens, but this was a trade on my regular system, my BS system. For anyone that doesn't know, is new to my channel, I'm looking at different size tick charts on the NQ where every single second entry works for my profit target. If every single from the time of the previous day's opening session, and when I find these charts that every second entry is working, those are the charts I trade off of. I try to find 3 or 4 charts to trade off of every day in the morning, and then I virtually take every single second entry that occurs, unless I have an objective reason not to take it, or sometimes there's some subjective reasons to not take a trade, but mostly objective ones are the ones that keep me out of trades. And if a chart gets a losing entry, whether I take it or not, I stop trading it for the day and just move on to a different chart. Now, with the BS system, I found that I'm an 80% trader with that system. With the opening trade, right now I'm 100% on Apex, but with all my back testing, I'm a 98% win rate on that particular strategy. So that's why I'm willing to copy multiple accounts on the opening trade. I see it's a much higher winning percentage than my typical BS strategy. My BS strategy, I lose 1 out of 5 trades, 2 out of 10. So I only trade one account at a time using that strategy, and win or lose, I move on to the next account. And that's how I'm managing my Apex accounts. And I'm very much looking at it the way Alpine talks about it. None of this money is real. It's only, he refers to as tokens. I refer to it as like playing skee ball, and you get tickets. When you get a higher and a higher score, you get more and more tickets. And when you have enough tickets, you take it to the reward desk and say, I would like a reward. And with Apex, when you take 2,600 tickets to the reward desk on a 50K account, you can ask for as much as $2,000. And that's my plan. So my max risk is what I paid for each individual account. On the PA accounts, it costs me on average $200 to acquire them. I pay for the lifetime fee, $140. And I figure on average, it takes me 2 months to pass the evaluation so far currently. So $200 per account. And so I'm risking max $200 per account for the chance to 10 times my money with a max payout. It doesn't get any better than that, people. It really doesn't. And so Alpine is 100% on the money. I give them full credit for changing the way I look at these accounts. I used to look at them and trade them as if they were live, real cash money accounts, but it's not the same thing. I traded a live cash money account for the first 2 years trading futures on ES. I had a $2,000 self-funded live cash account, and a completely different ball game for 1,000 reasons. Maybe I'll make a video about that someday. That might be an interesting topic. But anyway, getting back to the reason why I brought this up, I took this trade today. Let me actually turn on my markers here. All right, so here we go. I mean, we've been grinding up all morning, just up and up and up. And this was first entry here, second entry above this bearish bar. And this is how my strategy much differs from Mac and his Pat's trading system. The only similarity that I have to his system at this point is I do trade the second entries, but as you can see, this was the signal bar. It was a bearish bar and I'm going long above it. So that is a no according to Mac's system. So really the only thing I'm doing that he does is I take second entries. Other than that, I don't play by any of his rules. I threw all of his rules out the door. They don't work for me. I wasn't a profitable trader with them. And that's why this is the BS system. And it's BS because it's so simple. It's stupid. But my brother had the concept and, you know, I'm kind of running with it my own way. He trades it different than me. But I've got my own rules and my own way of trading it. And so I'm trading it my way. But anyway, I'm not trading it any other way. I'm taking what other people do and just finding the things that work for me, and the things that don't work for me, I throw it out and I just keep what works for me. So there's a whole lot that Alpine Trader has been doing that's working for me. Second entries works for me on a certain level, but not on the Mac level and not on the ES. So I'm trading NQ now. Anyway, I took this trade. It was a winner. I messed up. On my first trade, on the opening trade, I made evaluation 36 being my leader account on my Replicanto, and I never changed it when I went back to trading my system. So unfortunately, I changed this chart to trade off of my sim account, which is what I normally do. I trade off a sim account leader and I copy trade on Replicanto to my Apex accounts. Unfortunately, because the leader account was still evaluation 36 instead of being changed to sim, this trade only got taken on the sim account. And because of that, I'm not counting it in today's stats. So as you can see, I'm saying I had a 1-0 day, only the opening trade. I took 2 trades, but my stats 1-0, 2-0 for the week. Opening trade yesterday, opening trade today, took this trade, it won. It doesn't count. It was only on my sim account. My stats are only going to reflect my Apex accounts. Always, at all times, this reflects my win rate on Apex. So that's the deal. It sucks. I wanted the trade. I liked the trade. I tried to take it on PA7, which quite frankly needs a whole lot of help. And, you know, I would have made $46 on the trade. I would have got 10 contracts. But it didn't happen and I'm not going to count it. So I just wanted to make that point just so everyone understands the stats. These stats are real. You can go back to the beginning of the year from the first day traded in January and follow every single day. And these stats will track with every single trade taken on the Apex accounts between evaluations and PAs. And I'm always showing what's on the PA and what's on the evaluation. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to cause drama. I'm just trying to become a profitable trader, trying to document it, show it. I think it's really cool. I mean, Alpine's whole journey has absolutely been documented on his channel, going from barely any payouts to getting some more payouts and building to the point where, you know, he is where he is today. And his channel has grown at the same time exponentially as his profit taking has. And you know, if I can have some fraction of the success that he's had and show it on YouTube as well, I think that'd be really cool. That's all I'm trying to do. Or maybe it'll be like last December where you can just watch me hit a brick wall and crash and burn and blow up all my accounts. However it goes, it's going to be here. I think it's just an interesting thing. Alpine Trader is absolutely kind of the model of what I'm trying to accomplish. And yeah, I think that says it all. So if he ever sees this someday, I'm not a hater, but I'm also like just, you know, calling the shots as I see them. So I really think he needs to stop talking about Apex banning the trade potentially because of people doing it. It's not about that. As I talked about earlier, there's no reason for Apex to ban the trade. He can show whatever he wants. I think, and as long as he's just not showing his precise orders and letting people copy him, I don't think there's going to be a problem. For as many people as come out with a winning trade on any given day, there's going to be just as many people that come out with a losing trade because the variables and the discrepancies and the details of the trade are the difference. And so I really just hope he stops, really just stops talking about, the potential of the trade being banned. Just let's not talk about it. Let's not put those two words together anymore. I'm never going to say those two words together again in the same sentence. There's no reason to. There really is no reason to. Just please stop. Please, please. Okay. I think I've said everything I have to say. Again, I am a fan of Alpine, and I understand why he's trying to keep it restrained and keep it on the DL. It's on blast, dude. It's already out there. You said so much. I even could figure it out. If I could figure it out, anyone could figure it out. You don't need Alpine to teach you. It's just pay attention. You'll know how to do it. You don't have to have the exact same entry as him. You can still win. Okay. I didn't have the same entry as him today. I won. It's just, that's the deal. Anyone that's out there repping that they can teach the strategy and make you rich, check their background. Like, have they made any money trading the trade? Like, have they even traded it on an actual evaluation or PA account? Have they gotten any payouts? Like, why are you out there showing it to newbies and acting like you crack the code and follow you and do what you do and you'll take them to the promised land? It's BS, man. Like, seriously, like, that bothers me more than anything. So, all right, I've said it all. Let's not worry about what's going to happen with the rules. Take advantage of the edge that you can find, trade your way, use your own ingenuity, figure it out, find your edge and trade it. It doesn't have to be all that it's been this past week with all this drama. All right. I'm probably just going to end up being part of the drama because I've said all of this, but that's what I think. All right. I'm out of here. I'm done. I've said it all. That's the wrap up show. Happy with the day. Could have been better. Could have been worse. And I am live streaming every day starting at 10 Eastern until further notice. Maybe I'll start at 6 or what will it be 10 Eastern. So that would be 9:25 Eastern. Maybe I'll start streaming then for the opening trade. We'll see what happens. 1-0 today. And if you add all of this up, I'm up almost $1,000. So I'm just imagining one day when these are all PA accounts and I'm doing that. Plus, when I'm getting these other trades from the BS system, I think I might be well on my way. I had a 17-0 week last week, 2-0 this week. The Friday before that was a 7-1 day. I feel like the tide is turned in my favor. Let's just see where this goes. Appreciate all of the people out there that are liking and subscribing. Look, I'm just trying to keep it real. And I'm just showing my own journey. I'm a self-professed unprofitable trader. I can't teach you anything, but I can show you that I'm trying to become profitable, and I can show you whether I can make it happen or not. And you can be on the journey with me and see. And if I crash and burn, you can see that too, and that's fun as well. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping I'll start making some money here in the near term future. Obviously, the opening trade is going to be a part of that process, and I'm just trying to take advantage of it for my own sake. And I'm hoping that that combining that strategy with my usual 80% strategy will get me, maybe I'll become an 85%, maybe I'll become a 90%. Who knows? We'll see where it goes. It'll definitely lift up my win rate overall, it seems like, and it should help me get to payouts and past more PAs. And I'm doing it the same way as Alpine. So every time I take the trade, the accounts will be at risk. And on any given day, I know that a loss can and will come eventually. And I'll blow up accounts. So hopefully it doesn't happen before I get my first payouts. But if it does, I still know I'm on the right track. So, all right. I think that's it for the day. I keep saying that. 80% discount still going on. You can use this code or any other. And I say this every day. I appreciate those of you that have been using my code. It does help me. I am in for Apex for around $2,300 or so of my own money, all combined. And so anyone that does use my code, it helps me considering I'm not a profitable trader right now. But if you have someone else's code that you'd rather use, if you follow Alpine or anyone else or have a friend, use their code. I highly suggest you use whatever code you choose to use. Just make sure you use the code. There's no reason to ever pay full price, and there's no reason to ever get less than the best discount that's being offered, and you get that with any of these codes. So 80% discount going on through April 30. One day pass also the same, as well as I believe half price of resets. So I trust Apex the most. That's the only prop firm that I trade with. I see their payouts. I don't have any yet, but I trust them. I like their rules. It works for me. I like Apex. And so that's the only one I use. And so that's the only one I'm talking about. And yeah, I like Apex. I like the opening trade. I like the BS system. I like it all. I like the day. I like the week. I like last week. I like where I'm headed. And I like my small little channel. And we'll see what happens with it. But I do also like all the likes and subscribes. I like people coming into the chat and saying hey and talking and having conversation. And I'm just really excited about the future and where this can lead to. So let's see what happens. I want to be a part of the solution, not the problem. I want to be a part of the fun and not the drama. And I've said it all. So I'll see you tomorrow, live streaming 7 Pacific Standard Time, 10 Eastern. And we'll see what lead Alpine takes, and maybe I will maybe I'll jump on that and follow his lead if he's going to be live streaming. I just want to make sure I don't cross the line and do anything he'd prefer not to have happen, just out of respect and out of honor. Okay, I've said it all. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Bye.